In this episode, I'm here with Sonal Kulkarni, owner of SPENGA Sugarland, and the reason she's on the show is because she was the winner of the contest that we had to end the third quarter of last year. You've never had a studio before, you've never had a business before.
No, I've never had a business before. This is my first studio.
Who can get 100 members in 100 days? And you were the winner.
I was the winner.
And
yes.
you did it in what, 35 days?
In 30 days.
30 days. Sonal made all those sales from home, and today I interviewed her on her process and how she was able to do so well in such a short period of time.
I mean, I was always on the call. If I'm in the car, I'm talking. If I'm at my kids' swim meet or at swim school, I would go sit outside. And if somebody said, call me at 5, I would make a note and I would call.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the GSD Show. I'm Mike RC, and I am here with Sonal from SPENGA Sugarland. Sonal, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Mike. It's wonderful to be on the show.
And this one's cool because normally, in fact, with the new season of GSD Show, we've only done them in the office.
Okay.
But I'm in your house right now.
Right, that's correct.
And I'm on this big trip right now. So everybody that is watching, so you guys know I'm currently on a 6-day road trip with McKenna. So we've got our entire agenda here. We're gonna go see Sonal. She actually isn't even open yet, so we're probably gonna be filming at her house. And we're on 28 Ubers. Was it 9 or 10 flights? And all in 6 days, and we're visiting 10 studios, and yours is one of them.
Okay.
But your studio's in pre-sale.
It's in pre-sale.
So we are here in your home, and the reason I wanted to meet with you in particular is because you won a challenge that I ran, and the challenge I ran was when there was 100 days left in 2019. I posted in the Loud Rumor private only Facebook group.
Right.
All the studio owners are in there, and I said, hey guys, there's 100 days left in the year. I challenge everyone to get 100 members, and the first person to get to 100 members wins a bunch of stuff.
Right.
And you were the winner.
I was the winner.
And you did it in what, 35 days?
In 30 days.
30 days.
Yes.
So you got 100 members in 30 days. So we're here to talk about that.
Okay.
And how you got 100 members in 30 days. By the way, this is your first business.
This is my first business.
You've never had a studio before. You've never had a business before.
No, I've never had a business before. This is my first studio.
First studio. Now you look fit. So were you a fitness enthusiast at least?
Yes, I am definitely a fitness enthusiast. I've always been working out, loved working out, and I definitely wanted to do something in the fitness industry. SPENGA came along the way, and I loved the workout. Thought I could do something for the community as well, because I actually did think that this was a perfect workout because we focus on all 3 modalities of fitness, like strength, cardio, and flexibility, which is yoga. And everybody's so busy, so people can come in, give 1 hour of their time per day, or 2 times a week, or 3 times a week, get everything done, actually feel rejuvenated, and get out of that space and go on with their life.
Yeah. So on a high level, guys, the reason I believe she was so successful on a high level is because you didn't just work hard and hope that it works out. You also learned a lot.
Yes.
And you really valued learning and education to know that what you're going to be working hard on were the right things, which clearly they were. You beat almost 1,000 studios in this challenge. Some of them have had many studios for many years, and you came in first, right?
Yeah.
And so coincidentally, you were the person out of everyone that is part of LRVT, you went through more trainings that same month than anybody else. Yeah. So, and I'm sure there was other stuff you were learning too. So you learned a lot. So high level is you learned a ton and you applied stuff that you already knew works.
Right.
What I want to talk about on this show is in particular, what are some of the moves that you've made and what are some of the things that you valued and how that went. So right now, where are you currently at? How many members do you have currently?
Currently we have 249.
249, and your studio still doesn't open up for another month, right?
Another month, yes.
Right, another month. And so you'll probably end up around 350, 400. Okay?
I'm really hoping, yes. And we will be there.
You will be there, yeah. Yes. So, but you got that many off of only like 500 leads or something like that, right?
Yes. Yeah.
It's not a ton. So talk to me about, I want to go through the beginning of this. What does the process look like for you when you get a lead in, especially in pre-sale? By the way, you don't even have a satellite office.
No, I'm working from my home.
Everything's from your house.
It was one-man army for the most part.
Yeah, so you got 250 paid members in pre-sale from your house.
Yes, from my house, essentially.
Okay.
So basically, I watched a ton of your videos and I learned a lot. So it was a huge, steep learning curve for me because it was my first business and I wanted to apply everything. I wanted to learn everything that came my way. Luckily for me, I had Mike Garcia and I had LRVT. So I basically went through all your LRVT videos. Whatever came my way, I watched it and watched it again and and I basically tried to replicate everything. So basically, whatever I learned, I applied.
So give me an example, like what's one thing that you applied that you didn't know that you feel was super important to you being able to get that many members in such a short time?
Right. I mean, whenever a lead came in, you had said that within the first couple of minutes, you have to reach out. So that's what I did. I didn't really care. I was on the phone whenever.
Yeah.
I mean, if the lead came in at even 9:30 in the night, I would text them. And I said, hey, I'm so-and-so. If you're available to chat, I'm going to call you.
Those are usually the most responsive.
Yeah, and because I knew that people are they're done with the day.
Yeah.
They're in their bed, just going through their Facebook or whatever, and they have nothing to do. They have time to talk, and probably they will talk to me. And I used to say, I just need a couple of few minutes.
Were you ever afraid of bothering people? I don't care.
No.
Never.
I was never.
Because there's a lot of people listening that are like, I don't want to bother people that late.
I never even thought about it.
Yeah.
I just thought that, hey, if you're free, I'll chat. I'm not, and I said that, I'm not here to bother you.
Yeah.
But this is from SPENGA. I really want to chat with you. I see that you have created a profile, and I just need a couple of minutes of your time. Can I talk to you? I can call you, or you can call me. Whatever is convenient for you. And they would say, hey, I cannot talk. My kid's sleeping. Okay, can I chat with you?
Love it.
And then they would say, okay, I'm free to chat. Then I would start chatting. If somebody called me at 10 o'clock, a lot of people did that because I am working out of my office and I do have a studio number, but they don't know that for sure, like what number they're calling. So they would be like, sorry, I don't know. I said, that's fine. If you are free to talk, I'm free to talk. I don't really care.
So see, what she did for everyone listening, watching, what Sonal did here is they didn't say no. They said, I'm putting my kid to sleep. You didn't hear, I don't want to talk about this. You heard, I can't talk about this, but it doesn't mean that I can't text about this.
Right.
But I can't talk about this.
Yeah.
Some people will hear that and think, oh, they're brushing me off. They're blowing me off.
No.
But you just heard, no, I can't do it this way, but how else can I do it was the question you asked.
Right.
Which is great. And so you got a lot of response from that.
I got a lot of response because people, there are a lot of moms, right?
Yeah.
So they'll be like, okay, I can chat.
Yeah.
And then I would be very simple, very straight. And they would be like, okay, then call me tomorrow.
So what would that chat go like? So show me what that chat, like how would it sound?
The text one?
Yeah.
Hey,
So
I'm
hey, I
Sonal
could
from
chat.
SPENGA. I would say, hey, I'm Sonal from SPENGA Sugarland, and I see that you have created a profile, and I would like to chat with you for a couple of minutes, if that is okay. So they would be
I can't talk. I'm putting my
cannot
baby to
talk.
bed.
Yes. Okay. Can I text you? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. We can talk via text messaging.
Yes.
I would be like, okay, perfect. So, do you know about SPENGA? What do you know? So where did you see SPENGA? Then they would say, oh, it was a Facebook ad or Instagram, and I was driving by, whatever it is. I'm like, perfect. Do you know anything about SPENGA? They would be like, yeah, I looked up and I saw some video with some, I said, okay, let me give you a quick rundown. And I would just copy paste, I had my own notes. So I would copy paste and give them a short note as to what SPENGA is if I'm texting. And they would be like, okay. And then we would go on from there.
Wow. That's really cool.
So depending on what they had to say.
Yeah. How many calls were you making in a day? How many calls are you making right now in a day?
Well, as many as I can.
What is it? What do you think that comes out to?
See, now I have some help, but when I was by myself, 40, 50, 60, whatever it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, I was always on the call. If I'm in the car, I'm talking. If I am at my kids' swim meet or at swim school, I would go sit outside. And if somebody said, call me at 5, I would make a note and I would call.
And now that you have help, how many calls are you guys making?
We're making, now we have a CRM, so we follow the CRM. But say today we only have 20 calls according to the CRM.
Right.
Then we'll do the 20 calls and then I just go back.
Meaning you have to call 20 people. You have it set up in your CRM to where today's the day to follow up with these 20 specific people.
So we definitely we reach out to them, and depending on what response we get, we take it from there.
Got it.
But I mean, after some time, if I say that, hey, I'm not having that many people to call, then I actually go back and I pull records and I see which are the prospects that we haven't touched base, and then we start calling them again.
Yeah. So you probably run the CRM the same way I do. So guys, I ran a sales floor of over 70 people before, and I love sales. I've been in sales for my whole life, and I've definitely learned inefficient ways to do it, and I've learned efficient ways to do it. So the most efficient way for me to be able to manage a sales pipeline is to use a CRM effectively. And what sometimes may feel like it's slowing you down is actually speeding up your results. So I'm always going, okay, there's a few things that have to happen. As soon as I get off the call, right at that moment, I'm now putting in a few different notes. One note is basically covering what we talked about.
Right.
Another note is covering what we are going to talk about. And then there's a date set as to when we're going to talk about it.
Right.
So if I hang up the phone with you and you say, hey, Mike, I really do want to chat. We talk for about 10 minutes about your goals, how you want to lose 15 pounds. And then I say, okay, great. Let's get you set up today. Well, I'm leaving for Alaska today on a cruise. I'll be back on Monday. That sounds great. What day on Monday? What time on Monday can I call you? 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock's great. So now my notes would say, hey, she wants to lose 15 pounds. She's really excited. We talked for about 10 minutes. She's doing it because she's saving up for a wedding, this and that. And then my other note, I would say, follow up after her cruise to her Alaskan cruise.
Right.
She said to call it this time. So now, every day when I pull up my CRM, I know exactly who I have to call today because I've already in the past put the date of who. So these pull up right at the top. But more importantly, I can see when an Alaskan cruise. That's why we're waiting this long. Sonal, how was that Alaskan cruise? Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Great. Well, listen, I know you wanted to lose 10 to 15 pounds. We're still on board with that goal. Has that changed at all? I know you were on a cruise. Is it 16 pounds now? Right?
Yes.
As it should be, right?
Yes, right.
So as much as you can, work in some humor and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
So you did a good job of using your CRM, tracking leads, and also that probably helps now that you have help, meaning you have 2 people following up, right?
I have one person, 2, including me, yes.
Yeah. So you and her.
Yeah.
So now you both can see leads if for any reason one of you needs to call one of your own leads, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what kind of a promotion or how are you guys running your pre-sale? What's in it for me? How do I get as a prospect?
Hey, hold on. I know this episode's really good and you want to get back to it, but before we do, it's important you help me with something. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this show so that we can get more and more people to hear about it like you do. All right, thanks. Back to the episode.
Okay. So, I mean, how do you actually come in to the system or?
Like what am I signing up for? When you sign me up from your house, what am I signing up for during a pre-sale?
Okay, so we are basically selling a vision because we don't have a studio to show. We are relatively a new brand. Some people know us because we have 2 other locations open in Houston. There's one in Montrose and there's one in Woodlands. Right. And we are the 3rd location opening in the city of Houston. And so basically, if people don't know us, we are essentially selling them a vision based off of the ads that they have seen, or some of them don't even know anything. Yeah. It's just basically, okay, SPENGA, something new. What is SPENGA? Is it a yoga studio? Is it a spin studio? They don't even know that. Right. So we have to sell a vision to a person and basically convince them that it is a fantastic product and you have to try us out. So basically, we make a call. Then we ask them what their name is and ask them how they found us, and we take it from there and then tell them what it is that we do. And then we are doing our pre-sales and we are offering foundation memberships right now, which allows them to save a ton of money.
Because what is that rate?
Right now we are at $139 for the unlimited membership. So
at a founder's rate?
At a founder's rate.
So you sold 249 people to pay $139
well, I mean,
for the founder's
it's
rate.
on a sliding scale.
Yeah.
But right now, yes. Right now, we're at $139 for the unlimited membership.
Right.
And that is what I really want to sell. So I focus on that because I want to get them in the studio at least 3 to 4 times a week. So basically, when I start talking, that's what I tell them. Unless they're like, hey, I really don't have time and I'm a doctor or I'm this or I'm that and whatever, then I basically convince them to buy at $139. If not, then I tell them, okay, how many times do you think you can come to begin with?
Right.
And then they're, okay, I can maybe come twice. I don't know. I'm like, okay, let's start you with 8 times. And that's at 109 right now.
And you have a great location.
Yes, we do.
Why did you pick the location that you picked?
Basically visibility. it is a fantastic location in the city of Sugar Land, which is a suburb of Houston. So, I mean, we basically went for a location that has got fantastic visibility. We are right off the main artery. So we get off and we're right there.
Yeah.
And then we have good amount of parking. So that is not an issue. So when people come in, it's not like they have to park somewhere and walk a mile, or it's not convenient, because what I have noticed is people then have that as an excuse that, hey, you know, it's just not convenient. I really don't have that extra 10 minutes to go park. I have to find parking, or it's, you know, some tickets, or in a commercial area where it's like office area, that's what happens.
Who do you share that big parking lot with? What are some of the businesses?
Sprouts. We have
Sprouts.
Tropical-
So Sprouts
Yes.
Farmers Market, healthy grocery store.
Yeah, Sprouts, and then we have Tropical Smoothie, we have Feng Shui Tea, but it's a huge parking lot.
Yeah.
So it allows everybody to have ample parking.
Got it. So you saw all that, and then I remember you saying like, there's a main road and highway, like everyone gets off that road.
Right.
And
right.
your sign is huge.
And our sign is huge.
So you spent
And
a
it's
good amount of
lit.
money on that
Yes.
sign alone,
Yes.
because that sign was massive.
That
and
sign
it's
is
lit up
massive.
green and
Yes.
white and all that stuff.
Yes.
Perfect. So we were talking earlier before we turned on the cameras.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things we talked about was really making sure that your first business is like as successful as it can be. And so different ways to look at certain things. And one of the things that you mentioned is right now you really like being involved in the business because you really want to understand
Right.
what
Yes.
it takes to be the salesperson, what it takes to be the operations person, every position, right? But ultimately, we did talk about like that's not the goal. The goal is to do it for a while, but then eventually step out and be owning a business that runs, not running a business.
Right. Yes.
And I wanted to share with them something that we had talked about because I think it was really important. I said, so when does that happen? So what does that look like? And you said, well, once I have everything running and everything's going the way it needs to be and everyone's in place, then I want to step out.
Right.
And I share this because I've heard that before. That's why I wanted to wait for the cameras to come on. I wanted to realign how you actually set those goals, right? And so instead of saying like, hey, once all this happens, then we'll do this on that day.
Right.
Then I'll step away. I said, well, let's do it the opposite.
Opposite.
Say, on this day, I will step away. And in between now and that day, I have to make all this happen. Right? So hiring the right people, creating the systems and processes. Are you already using scripts?
Yes, we have started using scripts.
What do you have scripts for in your business?
How we take the calls for now, since we are doing pre-sales.
So sales calls.
Sales calls.
Yep.
So right now it's just me and my manager who's been doing this, but soon we will be hiring a couple more people that can help us in the studio. And as we open, if I think I need to hire more people, I will. So having scripts in place so they can follow. And
Do
then
you
you
stick
can,
to the scripts?
Yes.
Does your employee?
Yes. So we are, and now as people come in and start working for us, that is what I'm going to give them. And then they can play off of that and put their human touch and human element in it. It's not a robot, but but you know what to talk.
Is your employee going through the trainings as well? Is she watching videos, learning all that stuff too?
Yes, my manager is.
Your
I have
manager.
given her access to, and I've been sending her the links so she can,
Does she enjoy it?
Yes, she is. She's
People
learning as
like
well.
training.
People
I
like
think a lot.
training.
I've met a lot of owners that you haven't done this before, studio owners, that they're intimidated to have their employees go through trainings thinking that they're not going to want to go through it because they're projecting what they don't want to do.
Right.
But in reality, people want to do a good job.
Yeah.
And you usually, like I've heard employees of mine in the past quit because they felt like they weren't making an impact.
Right.
They felt like they weren't they weren't valuable here to the organization. Well, if you know what your job is and you know how to do it well and you're trained on how to do it well, you actually enjoy your work.
Yes.
And so training your people is not only great because they do better for the business, they also do better for themselves. Like everyone's actually winning.
Right.
There's no professional that doesn't do training.
Right.
Singers, music,
Yeah. And I
athletes.
think it's always better because you have proper systems in place and everybody knows what to do than just shooting in the dark.
Right.
Because you're like, okay, this is what I spoke, or this is what I think I should be speaking. No,
Right.
this is what you're going to talk.
Right.
And then you can play off of it a little bit here and there, depending upon what the other person's talking.
Yeah.
And you can put in your human touch to it by adding on or whatever you need to do, but you need to know what you're talking.
Yeah. What'd you do before this?
Before this, long time ago, I used to work for a law firm.
Okay.
I'm a business graduate, but I used to work for a law firm. And then I basically had some challenges of my own with my health. I had a plantar fasciitis and I went through health issues with my leg. And that's when I actually realized that health is your true one thing in life that you really need to take care of, true wealth, essentially. Because if you don't have health, I mean, nothing else really matters. Because then I had young children, I had to quit my job, and you know, it was very hard. And then years and years of struggling with my leg, and finally able to stabilize it, you know, going to a chiropractor and then exercising, and then I got on to a routine where I started enjoying exercising, and I realized that, hey, this is the way one should live your life. I mean, and then that's how I became a fitness enthusiast and started working out regularly. And then I felt that I wanted to do something in this field. And
That's
then
really cool.
SPENGA came my way,
That's awesome. So now you got SPENGA, you're opening up in about a month. You're already going through a lot of the training. Well, you went through a lot of the trainings already. We did talk about the importance of calling leads quickly and calling them regardless of when they come in, right? Or at least messaging them at the very least.
Yes.
What else have you learned along the way that you felt helped you get to 100 members inside of 30 days? Is there anything in regards to what you say, if they say this, or the mindset of the prospect, or, you know, when they say no, or
Don't take it personally. Don't give up.
don't take it personally. So if I say no thanks, it's too expensive.
That's fine.
Yeah, you don't get offended by that, right? And you shouldn't.
No,
What do you say though?
that's fine. I mean, you know, why don't you just come in and try a workout? Just it's on me, free. Come in. Just try us out. I mean, we're new in the business. I mean, we're new in the market. Nobody knows us. Just come try us. You don't have to sign up. You don't have to do anything. Just come in. Just try us.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even say it. And then they're like, oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
And especially when they say I can't afford it, I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so much we can do for them
Yeah.
in terms of price. But if you generally cannot afford it, come on over, try a class, see how you like it, and maybe something will change.
Yeah. You know, it's funny I met, as I was telling everybody earlier, I'm on this like little tour right now where I'm visiting all these studios. So we did some testimonial videos for some fitness studios while we were there yesterday. We couldn't do any for you because you don't have a running studio yet, but that would have been the deal here, right? And so there's two schools of thought. One of them is if they don't have the money, and sometimes they say, I wouldn't pay that much for a membership. It's too much for a membership.
Right.
That's really what they're saying, right? In their head, because they have the money. They have things that cost more than that, right? So then what happens is you go, okay, well, then they can't afford it. And one person who didn't have the money, he's 22 now. I think he's been there for about 6-7 months. So he's probably 21 when he signed up, college kid. And he saw were running a promo. It was like $21 for 21 days, right? And he's like, he said, I'm going to do the promo. He said in the testimonial video, we might even just put a clip here, I'm not sure.
You can't break it down and just, you pay your monthly fee for how many workouts. It's actually almost how many years are added to your life, or how many extra activities you can do.
See what happens. He said, I'll do the 21 for 21 days, $21, 21 days, but that's it. I'm not doing it after that. Like, there's no way I'm signing up. It's too expensive. And he ended up signing up. But what happens once you see the value, what he described it as, which I thought was brilliant, is I'm not paying for a membership. Like, you can't go, okay, well, when you break it down, it's $13 a class or $10 a class. He said, I'm paying this much money so that I can, you know, play basketball better and be happier and play for longer, so I can swim, so I can hike, so I can wear these clothes. That's what I'm paying for every month, and I can justify that. You know, I don't care about how much it ends up costing per class. I care about how much I'm paying. And so he has such a great mindset, and now the studio's using that, right? Like, that's the phrase. So that's one mindset, right? Like, I can't afford it, but still get him in. Still get him in. That's like even a really good phrase. Like we said that out there, right? And when we're talking in the parking lot, if somebody goes, well, how much is your membership normally? Oh, it's $149. Oh yeah, I can't even afford that. It's too much. Well, like, great. That's why you should come. What do you mean? Listen, I can't afford a brand new Lamborghini either. But if somebody said, hey, Mike, do you want to test drive one for a week? I would be like, yes, that would be amazing. Because normally I couldn't do it. Right? So if normally this is something you couldn't do, take advantage of the free week. It's going to be fun for you. Have a great time. And then at least you know what it's like. And down the road, maybe you do it.
And I think it's goodwill, because it's important people need to feel that there is a human element, a human touch, that it's not just about money. Just come in, just take a class. And then if not, they'll go talk to other people. They'll say, hey, I went to this place and it's an amazing workout. I cannot afford it, but maybe you should try. Or maybe you should try. I mean,
and here's the thing, some of those people probably truly can't afford it. They cannot, right? But If you would have said, well, come in anyway, that's awesome.
Yeah.
To 100 people, now, yes, you may have 85 that truly can't, but you have 15 that actually could.
Right.
They just needed to see it and feel it, which is going to be higher than that. But
Yeah.
now you got 15 you wouldn't have had at all.
Right.
Because you just said, hey, do it anyway.
Anyways, yes.
So that's one school of thought. The next school of thought was interesting. I learned yesterday, and this is great for you once you start, getting the doors rolling.
Yeah.
Is we're sitting down with a couple, wealthy couple, guy owns a few businesses. They signed up only because they gave away a free week. It was a free week, which is ironic, right? Because one thing that you hear from less experienced fitness studio owners when it comes to marketing and sales, right? Not in fitness, is I don't like doing free offers or LBOs, which stands for low barrier offers. I don't like doing that because it brings in the wrong people. These two people are leaving they left an incredible testimonial. They're wealthy, and now they're husband and wife. So one of them brought in the other.
Right.
Right. And the wife, who actually is the one that took the free week, she said, "Oh, I would have never joined if it wasn't for the free week." And I said, "Why is that?" She's like, "Because I didn't know what it was, and I'm not going to just spend money on something like that without understanding it first." And I explained to her. I said, "Well, it's funny. A lot of inexperienced, fitness studio owners are afraid of giving a free week because they're thinking it'll, unattract the wealthy people." And she goes, "No, it's probably the opposite." She goes, we're wealthy in the first place because we learned how to not spend our money stupidly."
Right.
So yes, I want to see it first before I make a decision. The people that have money problems probably have flat screen TVs all over their house.
Yeah.
And it's true. So I think the free offers are great for everyone. I feel like I don't have any money problems in the world, but I'll tell you right now, somebody offers me something for free, I'm interested.
Yeah, why not, right?
Yeah, I don't need to pay right away.
Yeah, all these people, we've just put them, we've created a segment where it's like very interested prospect. And whenever they say we want to try a class, or we just put them in there.
Yeah.
So we're going to call them and we're going to have them come in for free.
Yeah.
And come in, we're giving them SPENGA guarantee, which is like 30 days.
Yeah.
You can come to my studio for 30 days and on the 29th day, you can tell me, hey, even if you like it, but if you just want to come in, take a free session, or a month free, and then walk away with your money.
It's a great deal.
Yeah, it's a great deal. What better can I do? But even after that, people have told me that I don't sign up for something I don't know. I'm like, that's fine.
Yeah.
I understand, but I'm going to put you down for a free session, and we're going to have a free session just for people like you who don't know the product and who would like to try, a class before, and just come on over, and we will reach back to them.
Well, the thing too is, offering the free week for not being afraid to offer it and not getting the people that you want, right? Like feeling you'll get the cheap people or whatever it is. I value time more than money.
Right.
My wife and I went on a tour in Greece. It was Athens. It was called the 4-hour tour.
Okay.
And it was just me, my wife, and another couple. So this tour guide was taking a long time because I think she was used to bigger crowds that need to go to the bathroom and take pictures all the time. So I noticed she's going extra slow, and I'm like, hey, can we go a little faster?
Right.
And she said, well, I just want to make sure you get your money's worth. And I go, well, can I pay you double and we get it done in half the time? Because this is not, I don't care. I don't need to be, hey, it's only three hours and 15 minutes. We still have 45 minutes. I paid for 4 hours. That's not my way.
Yeah.
I think that's how lower income people think.
Right.
I think middle and higher income, they're like, I pay for speed. I want things done faster. As a business owner, they'll probably pay a little more to get a website done sooner.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so with the people that we talk to that are members that have money that came in for the free week, they didn't say I did the free week because I was afraid of making a poor money investment.
Right.
They said, I didn't even know if this thing would work.
Right.
I don't want to waste my time and put money into something that wastes my time to find out it doesn't work.
Right.
I'd rather come in, see it, like it,
then,
know it's worth my time. Now I'll pay for whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right? So the free is to grab attention and also just make it super simple to come in because they don't want to waste anything if it's not worth it.
It's not worth it, yeah.
You guys have scripts. Do you do role playing?
Yes, we have. I'm listening to you and Matt Kafora and do role playing. Role playing is me and Megan. We definitely do role playing.
Yeah.
And
does she like to role play?
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
And it's very helpful. And actually, sometimes we get a little too, since we know we're talking to each other, then we kind of start goofing around a little bit more. But We're
What do
like,
you mean
no.
goofing around?
Hasn't like, oh yeah, this, that, no. I mean,
You like play tougher?
yeah, we play tougher. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's just that maybe we would not talk like this to somebody
Yeah,
over the
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
So we're like, okay, let's get real. You
Yeah.
know, not let's stop goofing around, and then so it helps. It definitely helps.
That's really cool. What's the biggest lesson that you've learned so far that you were unexpecting to learn in your 2 months or 3 months that you've been on this journey?
You need patience. Lots of patience, I think. And don't give up. I mean, just keep doing what you're doing and work hard, at least right now, because we're doing pre-sales, and
Yeah.
that's all. I mean, I think I'm very positive overall, so I think I don't get bogged down very easily. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Well, Sonal, this is great. I wanted to really understand a little bit more about you. And, for everyone watching and listening, the thing I really cared about was you guys seeing her drive. She's, over the next 2-3 years, you're going to have so much more knowledge because you appreciate it so much that, you're going through all these trainings, you're going through all these videos, you're coming to GSD Con, you know all the stuff, right? And so I want you guys to see like somebody that was able to get 250 members from her house without a location, paying members, was able to do it. And if you're having a hard time finding out how to get 10 new members this month or 15 new members this month, you may have to question, is it my market? Is it the advertising? Is it my competition? Is it this? Is it that? Is it that? Or is it me? Is there something I can improve to improve the results around me? Because chances are it is. In fact, I'll tell you right now, I guarantee you if you improve yourself in anything, the results around you in that thing will improve. And you went all in. You went through more trainings than anyone in our entire community.
Oh, I love those trainings. Yeah.
Yeah, you went through more than anyone. And ironically enough, not really, you also got the best results out of everyone during that time, right? Which is incredible. So, Sonal, thank you so much for sharing everything. That was great.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
I mean, it's a pleasure to have you at my place, and I really wish my studio was open so I could actually, we could be there.
Houston's nice. We'll come back.
Yeah. Sure, you should. Yes, you absolutely will.
Awesome. Guys, for everyone watching and everyone listening, thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in the next episode.
Thanks for watching. If you like this episode, make sure you subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play, or YouTube. And to watch more episodes and get exclusive links from each episode, go to gsdshow.com. Again, that's gsdshow.com.